come to order, please. Everybody rise for the Reverend Gregor Young from United Methodist Church of New Brunswick. Say our prayer.
Well, flags in our county are back at the top of staff, and yet we still remember our beloved friend and freeholder David Crabule, and I ask for just a moment of silence in his honor. This evening, as we gather, I would share this thought. As a clergyman in town, I certainly am foremost in my thoughts, have among my thoughts at this time of year the care for the needy and the less fortunate. As a member of the Rotary Club in town, that club has as its motto, service above self, and certainly we gather here this evening, and our freeholders are here to serve the good of our community and the good of our county, and I pray God's blessing upon each one of you. In Africa, there is a story that when two men from different tribes meet one another in the wilderness, the first question they ask of one another is, "How are the children?" And the thought behind that is that if the most vulnerable in the tribe are best cared for, all is well with the tribe. This evening, as you gather, freeholders, I hope, as you always gather, you have foremost in your thoughts the less fortunate and the needy within our county, and I know you have that at heart, and you bring that to your meetings. Let us pray. Gracious God, we thank you for the many blessings that we share within this county, the many blessings that each one of us in this room share. We're grateful for that. Keep before us the needs that are growing, and help us to use the resources that you have provided from which we benefit, that we might care for the needs of those entrusted to our care. I ask you to bless our freeholders and bless their deliberations this evening, that indeed all that is decided here would only serve to strengthen our county and our care for the needy. Amen.
Now, Dennis Cerami will lead us to salute the flag.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Publics Meeting Act, NJSA 10-4-10, has been complied with and shall be entered into the minutes of this meeting. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Freeholder Fernicola.
Here.
Freeholder Polos.
Here.
Freeholder Rafano.
Here.
Freeholder Valenti.
Here.
Freeholder Deputy Director Delina.
Here. Okay, we will deviate from the regular order of business for the purpose of conducting one public hearing, void a second ordinance, and introducing a third ordinance on first reading. Madam Clerk.
Notice of this public hearing was published in the Home News Tribune on December 9, 2008. This public hearing was authorized at a meeting of the Board of Chosen Freeholders held December 4, 2008.
Okay. County Clerk Alcachikas, will you give a brief explanation of the ordinance? Bond Counsel John Campaluto is here also to answer any questions. John? Albert?
Well, I want to
okay.
give the floor to John.
Okay. Thank you to Freeholder Delina. John Cantalupo from Olentz, Goldman and Spitzer, a bond attorney for the county. I'm here this evening on the three bond ordinances that you have, 372A, 379, and 344E. 372A is amending and supplementing bond ordinance 372 to add additional monies for the Prosecutors Training Center. 379 is a bond ordinance that's going to be voided now because originally the state had said that we would be getting, the county would be getting Chapter 12 money this year, when in fact they're going to be getting it next year. So this ordinance is going to be voided for procedural purposes and will be reintroduced sometime next year, most likely sometime around March or April. And then bond ordinance 344E is a bond ordinance for a year-end cleanup on this bond ordinance for the Roosevelt Care Center and the new long-term care facility in Old Bridge. As I explained to you on Monday evening, we are amending this ordinance to decrease the appropriation and authorizations of bonds. We're going to be decreasing the appropriation underneath that ordinance by approximately $31.2 million, and the appropriation of bonds, authorization of bonds by approximately $29.5 million. That is to do a year-end cleanup of this. There's approximately about $8 million that will be left in the ordinance for the historical facility, and about 4.7 that will be left in the ordinance for the acquisition of the Old Bridge property and costs that have been incurred in connection with that redevelopment project for the new long-term care facility. The reason why we're doing this is because next year, at some point, the county will be introducing, the plan is that you would be introducing an ordinance for the entire Old Bridge project. That would be done as redevelopment bonds, which offers you a bunch of new advantages, namely, number one, that you don't have to make a down payment on those bonds. You don't have to begin paying principal for 2 years, and you will also get a better interest rate at your normal AAA bond rating as opposed to a AA rating if you were to do a COPS financing. I'd be happy to answer any questions, and Al. Right, for next year.
Any other questions, anybody?
And just one other clarification on Ordinance 372. The reason for the increased funding is because the scope of work has changed to include both sewer work and increased parking at the facility, which wasn't part of the original proposal. But after further review, it was essential to do that work at this time.
Right.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much,
Clerk will read
Freeholder.
ordinance 372A by title only. Margaret?
Bond ordinance amending and supplementing bond ordinance number 372, finally adopted on May 1st, 2008, entitled Bond Ordinance Providing for Various 2008 Capital Improvements by and in the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, amending bond ordinance numbers 249, 253, 276, 279, 302, 307, 313, 318, 324, 338, 339, 343, 353, 357, 362, and 367, each respectively heretofore finally adopted by the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the county, to reappropriate appropriations, authorizations, and down payments set forth in each of said bond ordinances, to improvements set forth in this bond ordinance, appropriating $27,531,681, including a reappropriation of authorizations of bonds or notes in the amount of $1,563,643 of the county to finance part of the cost thereof, and authorizing the public hearing to be held on Thursday, May 1st, 2008, at 7 p.m. and publication thereof, to increase the appropriation therein by $500,000, to increase the authorization therein by $476,190, and to authorize the public hearing to be held on Thursday, December 18th, 2008, at 7 p.m.
Well, thank you, Margaret. I declare now the public hearing open. Anybody would like to speak on this? Anybody would like to speak?
Motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close public hearing. Second by Rafano. Okay, everybody say favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None, okay. If there's a final motion, adopted ordinance number 372A on final reading. Need a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Madam Clerk, roll call.
Freeholder Fronicola?
Yes.
Freeholder Polos?
Yes.
Freeholder Rafano? Yes. Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Deputy Director Delina?
Yes. Okay. At Monday's evening meeting, the board was informed by Bond Counsel John Cantalupo that are receiving a letter from the state of New Jersey indicating that Chapter 12 funds are available at this time. Just no further action can be taken on this ordinance at this time. A motion would be in order to void the ordinance 379. If there's such a motion? Motion. Motion by Rufano. Second by Camille Fronicola. Roll
Deputy-
call vote.
Deputy Director, before you take the roll call, I just would like to ask the board's permission to be excused. My daughter has a concert tonight, winter concert at her school, and I'd like to attend that. Also like to wish everybody a happy holiday and a happy and healthy new year.
Okay, Jimmy, thank you. Okay. Okay. Madam Clerk, please read ordinance number 344E.
Excuse me.
We need the roll call.
Okay, pardon me, roll call.
Freeholder Fronicola?
Yes.
Freeholder Rafano?
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Deputy Director Delina?
Yes, yes. Okay. Bond ordinance amending Oh, no, pardon me. Madam Clerk, please read ordinance number 344E by title only.
Bond ordinance amending and supplementing bond ordinance number 344, heretofore finally adopted by the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey on April 3, 2003, entitled Bond Ordinance Providing for the Renovation of the Original Portion of the Roosevelt Care Center, a lawful public purpose, in and by the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1,757,987 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,674,273 bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof, and authorizing the public hearing to be held on Thursday, April 3, 2003, at 7 p.m., and publication thereof, as amended and supplemented, to decrease the appropriation therein by $31,228,567, to decrease the authorization therein by $29,516,337, to amend the description therein, and authorizing the public hearing to be held on Monday, December 29, 2008, at 6 p.m., and publication thereof.
Okay, Marty. Is there any motion to adopt this ordinance 344E on the first reading?
Motion.
Motion by Rafano,
Second.
second by Blanquita. Roll call vote.
Freeholder Fernicola?
Yes.
Freeholder Rafano?
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Deputy Director Delina?
Yes, okay. This time, is there a motion to resume the regular order of business, please?
Motion.
Motion by Camille Fernicola,
Second.
second by Blanquita Valenti. Okay? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None, okay. There's a need to consider the adding of one resolution to the agenda this evening. Mr. Kelso, would you please read the caption?
This resolution is resolution, would be 08-2223, and this is to authorize execution of agreements with the boroughs of Carteret, Dunellen, Helmetta, Jamesburg, Metuchen, Spotswood, in the townships of Edison, Old Bridge, Piscataway, Woodbridge, regarding bicycle pedestrian safety grant program totaling $19,709 as per the attached Schedule A.
This is the one we're going to add over here, right? Okay, we're gonna add it right there, okay.
I'd like to
You want to make
move
it?
that, please.
Okay, that's what I was going to, is there a motion to add this resolution to the agenda?
Motion.
Wait a minute.
Second?
Camille already,
Camille?
I'm sorry.
Camille? Camille?
Leave it to me.
Okay, Camille, second by Blanquita. Roll call.
Freeholder Fernicola?
Yes.
Freeholder Rafano? Yes. Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Deputy Director Delina?
Yes.
and again,
Full in the
Okay, I
family.
know you're in a rush, I know.
and again, that'll be resolution 08-2223.
Yep. Okay, we'll open that to the public portion. Anybody from the public portion would like to speak on that resolution? None, motion close the public hearing. Rafano?
Second.
Motion, second by Blanquita Valenti. All those say in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
None, okay. Is there a motion to adopt resolution number 0-223?
Yes, I would like to make that
Camille
motion.
Fernicola would like to do that.
Second.
Second by Chris Rafano. Roll call vote.
He changed his voice.
Freeholder Fernicola?
Yes.
Freeholder Rafano? Yes. Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Deputy Director Delina?
Yes. At this time, I will ask Freeholder Fernicola to present his ceremony checks to the municipal representatives that are here tonight. How big are the checks, Camille?
Huge. Would the municipal representatives come up, please? And I'll start with Carteret. We'll do it alphabetically. Is anyone here from Carteret? Kathleen Shaw, Director of Economic Development. Oh, thank you, George. I think the whole town of Jamesburg is here, I see.
You're right.
Let me explain what this is all about. The planning department, under my direction, has made available $25,000 to municipalities for bicycle pedestrian improvements. Now, this is besides the money that comes out of our open space fund for actual grants to enhance the movement between open spaces and parks and recreation that we have done some months ago. And that was so hugely popular that we overstepped our budget, and we combined 2 years into one, and we've given out about $2 million so far in that. And I hope after I'm out to pasture, as they say, that grant program will continue, because the towns are really making a lot of use out of that, and it's so important for the safety of our citizens out there. So let's, Carteret, is Carteret here? Carteret might be in traffic. Well, I will say that Carteret is receiving $2,000 for the International Walk to School banner, a 5-foot by 30-foot banner displayed over Washington Avenue. And Ron McPhee was the grant coordinator and public information specialist. So the money will be going to Carteret. The maximum grants were $2,000. Unfortunately, we had $5,000 left over. Hopefully, we'll be able to roll it over into next year. So the next is Dunellen. Is Dunellen here? Chief Jerry Capella, how are you?
Hi, Camille. How are you?
Nice to see you. Merry Christmas. You want to hold that around?
Yeah.
And we'll take a quick picture. Good. Up again. This is big finance here. Dunellen is receiving $1,784 for 8 portable reflective pedestrian crossing signs, yield to pedestrian. And Chief, you want to just say something quickly?
Sure. On behalf of Mayor Bob Cedar, who had a prior commitment this evening, and the members of Borough Council, we greatly appreciate your assistance. As always, coming from a small town, it's very hard to put funding together for pedestrian projects such as what we would like to do, and that is replacing our signs in the middle of the roadway. As always, we greatly appreciate the Freeholder Board and the Freeholders, and I have to coin a phrase that I've heard over a period of time: it is the greatest county in the land.
You're right.
His spirit is here, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Chief. All right, thank you. Happy holidays. Okay, next is Edison. Is there someone here from Edison? Are you Chris?
Yes.
You're going to have to say your name and then back off.
Mazauskas.
Chris Mazauskas. And what position do you hold in Edison?
A resource development officer.
Resource development. Are you the one that made out the grant? Thank you. You were very successful. You're getting $2,000 for the Sutton's Lane Bicycle Pedestrian Sidewalk Safety Project to construct 460 linear feet of sidewalk and curbing along Sutton's Lane from Fairview Avenue to Central Avenue. And here you go. Yes.
Thank you.
Did you want to say something on behalf of Edison?
Yes, many thanks for this grant from Mayor Choi, the council, and the Department of Public Works. We sincerely appreciate it, and it's going to make a difference in this town for the children that regularly walk that path, bike that path, as well as the many commuters that take that along the way to Central Avenue to the train station. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Helmetta, I thought. Oh, yes, you can take it. Mayor Nancy Martin, how are you? Thank you for coming. And Councilman Pete Karzewski. And Mayor Nancy Martin and Councilman Pete Karzewski. And you're getting $2,000 for striping, reflectorized thermoplastic sidewalks, crosswalks, install reflectorized pedestrian signs, reflectorized vests for children, excellent, and participants of the Helmetta Bicycle Rodeo. Excellent. All right. Here you go. Let me take your picture. All right. Okay, good. Thank you. You want to say something?
Good evening. Thank you very much for this grant. It'll be a big accomplishment. This will be our first bicycle rodeo, and to hand out these vests to children will be a big accomplishment, and we couldn't have done it without this grant. Thank you very much.
Thank you for applying. Happy holidays.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Nice to see you. Okay. And I know Jamesburg is here. I think they brought the whole council with them. Councilman Otto Kaspar? Kaspar? Yep. All right. How are you, Otto? And
Barbara Carpenter.
Councilman Barbara Carpenter, how are you?
John Longo.
And John Longo, of course. How are you?
Newest Councilwoman Brenda Deans.
Brenda Deans, how are you? Thank you. Thank you for coming. Jamesburg has a crosswalk painting project. They will paint all the crosswalks in Jamesburg, and that's quite an accomplishment. Even though you're a tiny town, we know you take great pride in your municipality. So you get $2,000. Okay,
Thanks.
hold it down. You're welcome. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So much. Safe trip home.
Okay, thank you very much.
The trip was worth it. Okay, Metuchen? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say thank you on behalf of Mayor LaMantia, who wanted to be here tonight, but had an emergency services meeting, and on behalf of my other council people, and of course the people of Jamesburg. We like very, very much to get up here to see you, not just because we like you so much, but because you're always so generous to us. And believe me, we know that we could not get along with the help that you give us. We'd never be able to fund these type of things without your help. We want to thank
Freeholder Camille
Frenicola for her service over the years. And looking forward to a great year and happy holidays to everybody.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Jamesburg shows so much enthusiasm. We see Bernie Long here, too. And Metuchen. Yes. Oh, Metuchen. Councilman Peter Camerano.
Correct.
How do you do? Okay. All right, we'll take the picture first this time. Okay. Okay, wait. Metuchen gets $2,000 for reflective bracelets, bicycle safety banner, and support for their educational program. Thank you for applying, and would you like to make a comment?
Just briefly, on behalf of Mayor Vahala and the council and the residents of Metuchen, I'd like to thank the Freeholder Board. Once again, we find ourselves here receiving support for so many of the programs you do throughout the county, so thank you to all of you. Thank you.
Spend it wisely. Right. Okay. Old Bridge, I know Old Bridge is here. Mayor James Phillips. $2,000. You signed your own check.
Camille, did he sign that, Camille? Camille, did he sign it?
He signed it.
Make sure he didn't add any zeros.
Make sure he did.
Is that legal? We got to make sure that's legal. Okay. Wait, come back. Okay, Old Bridge is getting $2,000 for pedestrian walk signs, educational programs for bicycle safety, pedestrian crossings included, and the poster contest with awards. Mayor Phillips, would you like to make a comment?
Yes, thank you very much. Freeholder, this is going to go a long way towards helping us in Old Bridge, but I just like to take this opportunity to thank you for everything that you've done and as your time on the Freeholder Board. You have become known as the Freeholder who is most responsible for bike pathways and sidewalk safety. And as you reminded me the other night, Old Bridge is 42 square miles, and we still have a few sidewalks that would need to be installed. But under your guidance, you put us on a great start. I invite you to come down someday. I can buy you lunch and show you some of the progress that you helped make us allow us to make. Our downtown center now has a bicycle path and new lights and new seating, and none of that would have been possible without your inspiration. Thank you, Freeholder.
Thank you so much. I love to hear that. Okay, Piscataway, my hometown of Piscataway. I know Mayor Brian Waller is here. $2,000 for Piscataway. I did not sign this check.
I heard Jim Phillips was donating his back to the kitty.
Let me read it. Okay. Piscataway, Kermit Ciros Bikeway Path, bicycle signs and crosswalks all reflectorized. Thank you for applying for the grant. Mayor Waller, would you like to make a comment?
First of all, I'd like to thank the Board of Chosen Freeholders for having these grant applications to local municipalities in these tough economic times around nationally, and we all know what's going on out there. We truly appreciate the hard work that the freeholders are doing on behalf of the county citizens. More importantly, for the Kermit Soror bike path, for those who have never been over there, it's adjacent to your county golf course here at Barrington Landing. It's a large circumference, about a mile around by the high school and down by the golf course. And you also awarded another grant that we could complete it, and it's been completed already. So I know when Camille retires here in the Freeholders, she's going to have a lot of time walking around and biking on that path. And then after that, she can go over to Barrington Landing and have something to eat right there. So, but no, in all fairness, these are great things, and I know as working with the county engineering department and county planning department, as far as the upgrades to a lot of the county road network system and on Piscataway Township, we've been incorporating a bike and pedestrian component in all the county projects, which is proven to be very popular now. I mean, people were always saying, oh, nobody will ever walk on county roads. But the old adage is if you build it, they will use it. And they most certainly are using those county bike paths. And on a good note, Freeholder, for the rest of the freeholders here, we did receive some good news today from the DEP, and they did approve the firelight and road improvements along River Road. It's been a 7-year-long slog, but I finally had the honor of sitting next to Jack Reiser today down in DEP in a 3.5-hour hearing. But I got to tell you, when it's finished, this will be another added phase to making Piscataway a great walkable and livable community, in the words of George Riverides. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Piscataway Mayor Brian Waller has told me that his goal is to make Piscataway totally walkable from one end of town to the other. And
now from the Canal train station to the New Brunswick station.
that is music to my ears. Okay. Now, Spotswood, I know we have Councilwoman Marge Droz. And is Mayor Barlow here? He couldn't make it.
No,
okay.
Unfortunately.
All right. Here we go. We'll take the picture first. Okay. Good. Did you? Thank you. Okay. Spotswood, reflectorized pedestrian crosswalk signs, 7 of them, Main Street and school crossings. And you're getting $1,925. Councilwoman, would you like to make a comment?
I'd love to.
Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to echo everybody else who spoke tonight. I want to thank the Freeholder Board. We're only 1 mile by 2 miles. We can't compete with some of the larger towns, but our resources are very limited. And we're actually a walking district, so these reflectorized signs are very important for the safety of our children, and we deeply appreciate these resources from you. And you've been such a good friend to Spotswood, and we do miss former Freeholder Director Dave Crabiel, and I just wanted to express my sympathies to everyone here. And Camille, I've got to say, working with you on CDBG and working with you on the Freeholder Board has been a delight. You have been a pleasure to work with. You have always been open and responsive to our concerns, and I want to thank you for your years of service.
Thank you so much, Marge.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Much appreciated. All right, be well.
Okay, you too.
Happy holidays.
Same to you.
Okay, that's nice. Is anybody here from Woodbridge? I didn't see anybody. Dunellen is here. Carteret, I'm sorry. We knew, yeah, you're giving me the wrong information, George. Carteret. And you are Kathleen Shaw.
Representing Mayor Daniel J. Ryman.
Very good.
I don't need that.
All right, good. All set? Thank you. Just stay here and let me go back to Carteret. Carteret is receiving $2,000 for their International Walk to School banner, which I mentioned before. And that's a 5 by 30-foot banner displayed over Washington Avenue. And we congratulate you and thank you for making the application. Would you like to make a comment?
Yes, I want to thank the board on behalf of Carteret, and also to say that this funding marries together nicely with our community development block grant funding that we've had replacing a lot of sidewalks. We've been really improving the walkability of an older urban town, which is challenging for some of its residents. So this will be a fabulous complement and creating awareness for our youth and our families alike. So thank you very much. We're very appreciative, and I'm relatively new to working with the board, but I have to say it's been wonderful. 2 years working with Community Development Block Grant and Freeholder Furnicola. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you for coming. And I just want to say that, just take 30 seconds more of your time. This has, the bicycle pedestrian program has been one of my pet projects, and I want to thank the members of the planning department who have helped so much in implementing these grants and working on all of the details that go along with their application. So I want to thank, under George Ververides, the Director of Planning, Tony Gambolonghi, the Director of Transportation, and Caroline Granick, who came here today to help take pictures. She's a walker and a biker and has worked very hard, as have most of the other people. And Bruce, Bruce McCracken, of course, who couldn't make it tonight, but thank you very much to everyone. Okay.
Thank you, Camille. Thank you, Camille. Now we'll go on to freeholder reports. I'll wait for Camille to sit down first. You have a report tonight, Camille?
This is my last public meeting, real public meeting. You know, we have a cleanup meeting next week or the week after, the 29th, and that will be very short. I will have a report of all of the accomplishments of the departments that have reported to me through the last 12 years, and they're quite extensive, related to open space and solid waste management, recycling, and all of housing and community development, all of the things and in engineering that we've accomplished through the years. We've been very quiet about it, but when you see it on paper, it's really something to be very proud of. We've preserved almost 7,000 acres of open space. When I took the freeholder position, we had 0. They spent 2 years documenting or making an inventory of all the open space, but nothing had been purchased. So when I came on board, we hit the road running and started buying up the land. So also we have about 4,000 preserved acres of farmland in Middlesex County, and it's something very, very huge in what makes life interesting and enjoyable in our county. Sure, we have a lot of traffic, but we try to control it, but some people get lost. It's a great county, and I have been totally honored to serve as freeholder. And in that regard, I want to thank everybody for the help that they've given me, and to wish everyone a happy holiday season. Blessed holiday.
Thank you. Thank you, Camille. Jim Polis, he left. Christopher Fano from South River, the greatest little borough going, right, Chris?
Yes. Thank you, Deputy Director. Just one quick announcement. I'm pleased to report that our very own Warden Ed Chickey, has been elected and will be sworn in on January 14th in South River at the Riamar Restaurant to be president of the New Jersey County Jail Wardens Association. So, Ed, stand up for a bow. Let's give him a... And lastly, I just want to wish everyone a happy and healthy holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you. Ron Rijos is still absent, but he's recuperating. He says He sends his regards. He'll probably try to make the next meeting, so let's just pray that he comes back soon. Blanquita Valenti.
I have a brief report. First of all, I want to thank Camille for being so kind to me these last 4 years. I was a newcomer, and she and I were the only girls. So, no, but really, you were such a help, and I appreciate all you did for me.
Here to do it.
I attended the New Brunswick Tomorrow Christmas event, where our own freeholder Craybill would have received his Lifetime Achievement Award. It was given to his daughter Paulette, who was there with Brian Waller, her husband, and they said beautiful things about our freeholder director, the best one in the land, and we miss him, as you all know. Also, I was able to hand out resolutions from the Board of Freeholders to the other honorees. There were 4 other honorees that evening. Steve Jones from the Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital, along with a police officer in New Brunswick, Mike Bobadilla, and a young lady who heads a Mexican-American organization who's done a tremendous job for the children in the inner city of New Brunswick. It was quite an event. And I have to say that a week ago Monday, before I got ill, I was in Trenton at the NJAC meeting where our freeholder director, Dave Craybill, was eulogized. And I brought the document and handed it to our clerk of the board on behalf of the New Jersey Association of Counties. There was a shared services conference following that, where our own freeholder Paula spoke in one of the panels, as well as Maria Sarimis from Jim's staff that also spoke at that conference. And thereafter, I went over to the Senate to testify before a Senate committee, the Committee on Community and Urban Affairs. And the bill that was being heard had to do with the Homeless Trust Fund that our own committee here in Middlesex County has been working very hard on. And there were 2 other freeholders that testified. One of my NJAC colleagues from Mercer County, Keith Hamilton, and from Passaic County, freeholder Duffy. I had never met him before. And there were other people there that were advocating for this Homeless Trust Fund bill to be finally passed. It passed the Assembly, and this was a copy, a replica of the Assembly bill that is going to be voted on in the Senate. We anticipate that it will be voted on, that it will pass, as all 4 senators on the committee, and the committee was headed by Senator Rice, voted in favor of sending it to the full Senate. So we hope that before the end of the year, it will become a reality, and we plan to invite the governor to come to Middlesex County to sign it, so we'll let you know. And it was quite significant to see so many people there that were in favor of the bill. And they were not just from the inner cities or urban cities, but they were from all segments of the community advocating for the homeless. And that's the end of my report.
Okay, thank you, Freeholder. On my report, Plays in the Park, Joseph and the State Theater on the 26th at 7 p.m. on a Friday, on a Saturday, the 27th at 2 p.m. if it's needed, and 7 p.m. on Sunday, the 28th at 2 p.m. The 208 production is briefly dedicated to David B. Craybill as a great supporter to the Plays in the Park, so I'm really proud to announce that. And also, I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Proclamation, commensurate resolutions, and correspondence, Madam Clerk.
We have one this evening, as Freeholder Valenti mentioned, recognizing the following individuals who were selected by New Brunswick Tomorrow and received the 2008 Public-Private Partnership Awards. Stephen Jones, President and CEO of Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital. Elizabeth Hance, President and CEO of Magyar Bank. Ed Spencer, Director of New Brunswick Hub Teen Center. And Clarita Teresa Vivar, President and founder of Lazos America Unida. Also, Distinguished Leadership Service Award was presented to Lieutenant Michael Bobadilla of the New Brunswick Police Department.
Thank you. Is there a motion second the commensurate resolution?
Motion.
Motion by Rufano, second.
Valenti.
By Blanquita. Roll call vote, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Fronicola?
Yes.
Freeholder Rufano?
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Deputy Director Delina?
Yes. Madam Clerk, please read the correspondence. If there's a motion,
Motion.
Just to read the
you
correspondence.
can read it first. I'm sorry, I went too fast. I'm reading too much.
We have a public notice from the United States Coast Guard regarding the availability of environmental assessment for the proposed construction of the Tremley Point Connector Road between Carteret and Linden, New Jersey. From the State of New Jersey Department of Transportation, in the matter of the petition of the Borough of Carteret requesting permission to install a traffic signal with railroad preemption at the at-grade crossing of Roosevelt Avenue across the tracks of Consolidated Rail Corporation's reformatory industrial tract in the Borough of Carteret. And we have quite a number of traffic signal approvals from the State of New Jersey Department of Transportation. The first is New Durham Road and Durham Avenue, Agatha Drive in Edison Township and South Plainfield Borough. Next, traffic signal approval is Forest Gate Drive and Gassmer Avenue, Prineville Road, Willow Street in Jamesburg. Applegarth Road and Federal Road, Halsey Reed Road in Monroe Township. Various intersections in the city of New Brunswick. Also Livingston Street and New Street in the city of New Brunswick. Hamilton Boulevard and South Clinton Avenue in South Plainfield Borough. Hamilton Boulevard and Ryan Street, St. Nicholas Avenue in South Plainfield. And last is Port Reading Avenue and West Avenue in Woodbridge Township. We have a notice of public hearing in the matter of the petition of New Jersey American Water Company for authorization to implement a distribution system improvement charge, indicating public hearings will be held on January 6th in Maplewood, also in Freehold, January 8th in Westfield, and also in West Hampton. A letter from Daniel Saunders, Acting Administrator of the State of New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, Natural and Historic Resources, Historic Preservation Office, indicating that the Goldman House at 143 School Street in Piscataway will be considered by the New Jersey State Review Board for Historic Sites for nomination to the New Jersey and National Registers of Historic Places. A resolution from the Cumberland County Board of Freeholders opposing changes in the cost-sharing arrangement between the State of New Jersey and counties for the maintenance of patients in state psychiatric facilities. A resolution from the Morris County Board of Freeholders in observance of December 7th each year as National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. Plans and estimates from the Middlesex County Mosquito Extermination Commission for the year 2009. Minutes of the Solid Waste Advisory Council meeting held November 12th. Minutes of the Middlesex County Planning Board meeting held November 12th. The adopted budget, rate schedule, service charges, and management service fee for the Solid Waste Division for 2009 of the Middlesex County Utilities Authority, and the adopted budget and schedule of rates for the Wastewater Division for 2009, also from the Middlesex County Utilities Authority. Minutes of the Middlesex County Improvement Authority meeting held November 12th. Monthly financial status report as of November 30th from the Office of the County Controller. Monthly report of investments for the month of November from the Office of the County Treasurer. Added and omitted assessments and abstract of ratables for 2008 from the Board of Taxation. And last is minutes of the Board of Education of the Vocational Schools in Middlesex County, their meeting held November 10th.
That's it?
Yes.
Is there a motion to accept the correspondence?
Motion.
Motion by Rufano. Second by Blanquita. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. Is there a motion to accept the minutes of the November 6, 2008 Freeholder meeting?
Motion.
Motion by Rufano. Second by
Second.
Camille Fernicola. All in favor, say aye.
Well, I have a comment. There was a blank in there. Is that where I made the comment about the electronics?
Yeah, I just have to
being-
get the detail.
Okay, fine. I saw the blank.
Okay?
Yes.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay, okay. Any of those resolutions have to be amended?
There are none.
Any of those resolutions have to be added?
There are none.
Are there any resolutions to be held?
There's one resolution proposed to be held. That's Resolution 08-2174, which reads, award the contract to the lowest responsible bidder, AMS Imaging, for furnishing and delivering of a large format scanner as required by the Middlesex County Planning Board in the total amount of $25,590, and to reject the low bid of Docutech for failure to submit the required NJ business registration certificate with their bid. I believe this is being requested to be held at the current time by the Planning Department.
Okay, good. Are there any resolutions to be voided?
There are none.
Okay. I will now open the meeting to the public. Discussion on any resolution on the agenda. Would anybody like to speak on any resolution on our agenda? Anybody?
Motion to close.
Motion Rafano,
Second.
second by Blanquita. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None? Okay. Do any freeholders have resolutions that they wish to remove from the consent agenda and vote separately?
I do. I have three.
She has three.
Okay, so you got three. Okay.
You want to list them?
On page 3, Resolution 08-2149. On page 8, Resolution 08-2193. And also on page 8, Resolution 08-2200.
Freeholder Director, a motion would be in order to adopt a consent agenda consisting of resolution numbers 08-2132 through 08-2222, excluding resolution 08-2174 to be held, and resolutions 08-2149, 08-2193, and 08-2200 to be voted upon separately.
I need a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Rafano.
Second.
Second by Camille. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Freeholder Fernicola.
Yes.
Freeholder Rafano.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Deputy Director Delina.
Yes. Okay. You want the separate agenda items? Anybody?
Yes, it would be appropriate now for a motion to consider the three resolutions that were held for Freeholder Valenti. They are resolutions 08-2149, 08-2193, and 08-2200.
Motion.
Motion, okay.
Second.
Roll call vote on it.
Freeholder Fernicola.
Yes.
Freeholder Rafano.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Present, not voting.
Freeholder Deputy Director Delina.
Yes. At this time, I open the floor to the public on anybody who would like to speak on anything. Yes, sir. Name your name.
Stay home tonight. It's going to snow tomorrow.
Richard Stewart, New Brunswick. You know it's against my nature to rain on anybody's parade, if I can help it. But I think, yes, but I think that Camille needs to understand something. You know, people have liked her when she's here handing out checks. When she leaves, they won't give her the time of day. You understand that, don't you?
Coming from you, I don't know if I should take that as a compliment.
I'm still waiting for the bicycle rack situation in New Brunswick to be taken care of, and you let me down.
No, I didn't. We're not finished yet. We're still working on it.
Okay.
We never give up.
I have
You
faith.
hear that, staff? Yes.
Anybody else would like to speak from the public? Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion to close.
Motion a second. Motion, public hearing is closed. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
Motion by Rafano, second by Camille. None debatable, the meeting's adjourned. God bless everybody.
It's over.